These are my first impressions of the newer LED video lighting kit, more specifically the newer Advanced 2.4G 480 LED video light photographic lighting kit with bag. Bit of a mouthful of a name there. I paid £130 for the entire kit, with it usually retailing for about £170. This video is sponsored by the subscribe button, so click that. On this channel we do the technical side of media and animation, so subscribe and join the crew. First things first, the kit comes with two LED panels themselves, a plastic diffuser pre-installed, barn doors, two lighting stands, two power bricks and cables, and a single 2.4G remote. My main focus will be the product itself, as I will almost always be powering these through the MPF batteries, where the lighting kit has two battery connections on the back of the device. Let's discuss that battery compartment. The device supports MPF 550 batteries and MPF 970 batteries. However, after putting on my 970 batteries onto it, I feel it's not the strongest holder. It says it's supported, and it does work, but I would just be wary when it comes to putting heavy batteries on it, especially if you're rotating it upwards. It's only held in by this single clip, so long-term longevity is yet to be seen how that holds up. Keep in mind that it doesn't come with any batteries, you'll have to provide those yourself. The build quality overall isn't the most stellar. At first moving it, I noticed a slight rattling noise. This isn't the actual light itself, it's a plastic diffuser placed within. The way it's secured is by these tiny two pegs on each side, which do a pretty poor job of keeping it stable. When placed on the stand, they come with this metal piece that hooks around it, and that allows you to rotate it. It works, but when I assembled the first, I noticed both pegs don't point directly upwards, but one is rotated at an angle fully tightened. I thought I'd done something wrong, but no, it's just supposed to be like that. It's just the little things that add to the user experience. In this case, I feel though it hasn't been thought through. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, it's just something to note. To hook onto the stand, there's two ways. You can either slot it across the top and use the locking mechanism, or place it on its side and tighten that. However, similar to above, there's nothing officially wrong with how they've implemented it. I'm just worried that without any specific place the bolt locks into, future longevity might be put into question. Even having used it for a few days, I see that on the actual light itself, where I've screwed it in, it's already started to lock into the metal. So it's a very soft metal they've used for that lighting stand. So longevity, I'm not entirely sure of the actual stand itself. Speaking of the stand is flimsy, and that's the word to describe it really. If you're going on professional shoots, you're probably not going to be using the cheapest lighting kit, but if you are, just make sure to bring sandbags to weigh the lighting stands down. In a permanent setup it might not be an issue, but then again I don't trust the future longevity of the stand. However, let's talk about the most important bit, the light. The actual light bit is fairly decent. I don't have any other lighting kits to compare it to or any equipment to test the functionality, but using it I feel like it's good. Having messed around, it does what it says on the tin, it lights stuff. It's really easy to use with a dial for brightness and a dial for colour temperature. The build quality of the light itself is pretty good, which is where it seems most of the money has gone. I've sounded mostly negative, but it's pretty decent for the price, especially at £130, which is what I paid for it. It's certainly sufficient for beginner YouTubers and even beginner filmmakers, so long as you're aware of the compromises you are making when it comes to buying cheaper gear. My focus on the things I don't like mainly come from wanting to share exactly what someone might have qualms with, rather than putting you off buying the device. After all, I paid for this out of pocket and I am keeping it, so they must have been good enough for me to do that after all. So yeah, those are my first impressions. Thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.